Welcome to part 1 of my montage of my experience at BGG Con 2016. It was great to meet some of my social media friends and finally put a face to a name. I met some new friends and viewers while working at the Stronghold booth. What a great group to work with. And finally, I got to play some games. Old, new, didn't matter. They were all fun. The BGG Con library was a dream come true, and the staff was amazing. Join me as I talk to game publishers and game designers about their most current games. Hi everyone, it's Mandi, the board gaming pinup girl with To Die For Games, and I'm here with Sarah Erickson of Renegade Games. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, a little tired, but good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Last night at BGG Con, so you know, we party hard. So today we are looking at Clank. So this is a game, I know it has a bit of deck building, and you all know how I feel about deck building. But I have heard amazing things about this one, so tell us about it.
Yeah, thank you. So Clank, a deck building adventure. It is a deck building game,
Okay.
but the good thing about that is that you already know how to play.
Okay.
So you're going to be drawing 5 cards, you use those cards to buy things, and then you discard everything and draw more. So every deck builder you've ever played, right?
Okay, perfect.
But after that, you forget that you're playing a deck building game, because that's just the mechanic that you use to do the super fun part.
Right.
And you don't have to learn a whole bunch of new rules to get down into the fun nitty-gritty part of it.
All right.
And in this game, you're going to be an adventurer,
Okay.
and the goal is to run down into the dungeon,
Okay.
grab one of these fantastic artifacts that are worth a variety of different points, depending, and then get back out of the dungeon.
Oh, wow.
Because you can't leave unless you have an artifact. But the challenge is that once one person leaves, everyone else is on a 4-turn clock.
Oh, wow.
And if they don't make it out within those 4 turns, then the whole bottom part of the dungeon collapses and they die.
Oh my god.
Down here.
Sounds dangerous.
It's a dungeon. It's supposed to be dangerous, right? And if you're up here and you don't have an artifact, you also die.
Right.
Because if you have an artifact, the townspeople think that you're pretty cool and probably worth saving.
Exactly.
So you at least get to score your points.
Right.
If you make it all the way out of the dungeon within those 4 turns, you get one of these fantastic little mastery tokens that gives you an extra 20 points. So it's worth it to make it out, but if you can't make it out, at least the village will save you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you'll die.
Oh, yeah. Those are your options.
The other problem is that every time somebody steals one of these artifacts, it makes the dragon kind of upset.
Right.
And she gets more and more angry on this racetrack. And that matters because within your deck, as you're playing, you might have some of these Clank cards that come up.
Right.
It says +1 Clank, and that means you're going to be putting a cube into the Clank area.
Right.
When people buy cards off of the river, and they flip them over, if a dragon card comes out, all the cubes from here are going to get collected, they get put into the bag,
Okay.
shuffled up, and then this many of the cubes are going to be drawn. And if any of them are your cube, then it goes into your damage track. If your damage track ever gets full, you also die.
Oh, okay.
So it's very dangerous.
There are many ways to die in this game.
There are very many ways to die. So that's the fun part, and the
Okay.
experience that you're going to get is this fantastic push your luck and tense, like, just great experience. And you know, everybody says their games are fun.
Of course.
But this one really has that fun factor
Yeah.
where you really care, and everybody's put down their phones, and everyone's on the edge of their seat waiting to see if that very last
Gets to
health
the
cube.
Is it a skull? Of course
It is. Of course,
a
it's a skull. So that's what you're gonna find in Clank, and that's why you forget that you're playing a deck building game.
Right.
Because this is great, and you're gonna use your cards to move through the dungeon and buy cards and fight monsters, but really, you're concerned about getting out alive.
Okay, yeah, I can see that in this.
It's a fantastic push out
Oh,
game.
that's fantastic. And I see some of the cards, like they have the... So let's talk about the breakdown of the cards. So I'm assuming this is...
So those are skill points.
Okay.
You use your skill points to purchase more cards from either what you would see in other games as a river,
Right.
or you can purchase any of these preset cards that are just there all the time. This whole entire stack is the same thing.
Okay.
And as you purchase cards from here, of course, you take them and then they get refilled. So you have a whole deck of different cards, which is great for replay value.
Right.
Because I usually only get through about that much of a deck every time you play, so there's that many other cards you still haven't used.
Okay.
I did.
And
I got upstairs and
yeah,
I
so
was
there's
watching
tons of
the end
different
of what
cards.
looked like
You
a
use
Harry
the
Potter
skills
marathon
to
for
purchase
like
more
30
cards
minutes,
that cost
and
on
then
here,
I was
and
out.
you use swords
So
that
it was
you
good.
play to fight monsters. So this monster would need 2 swords to be able to attack it.
Right.
You know, always attack the goblin and get monsters, because every time you attack him, he just flips over and he's another goblin.
Oh my
Keeps on
God.
coming.
The other thing I really love in this game is that it has fantastic flavor text.
Yeah.
The flavor text on the goblin, for example, is they may be short, but they're not in short supply.
Okay.
It's very cute.
Oh my god, I love that. That's amazing. So this game, I've been hearing amazing things about it, so that's why I was like, I need to check this out, because I really don't like deck builders, but I feel like this could change my mind, even if it's a little bit. So what's the age group? Like how long does it take to play?
Yeah, it takes about 45 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes, depending on your group.
Okay.
So I would say that if you have a group that's very risky,
Yes.
then it's probably going to take a little longer, because a lot of the time what happens is they go all the way down into the dungeon, and then it takes them a little longer to get out. So it's a little bit longer, but you're not playing for hours and hours.
No, it's one of those things you probably wouldn't notice until you have to.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as age group goes, it says 12 on the box.
Yeah.
I would easily play this with my 7 and 10-year-old nephews,
Right.
but they're gamers. So
Yeah, exactly. So
leave that up to your group.
Catch on quickly. So I am super excited. Thank you so much for showing us Clank. Hi everyone, it's Mandy, the board gaming pinup girl at To Die Board Games, and we are at BGG Con 2016. So I've been doing a lot of playing games, not really doing my job. So we are here today with Dan Cassar. He's going to show us, oh I'm so excited, Blood of an Englishman.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, how are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm so good. So, Dan sat with me earlier to learn another game, so now it's my turn to learn his game. Cool. All right. So, how do we play? What's it about? Tell me everything.
All right. So this is my brand new game called Blood of an Englishman. It's a 2-player asymmetric card game based on the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. One player plays Jack, the other plays the Giant. And it's a deck of 50 cards with 3 different kinds of cards. There are numbered Beanstalk cards, numbered 1 through 9. There are Fee, Fi, Foe, and Thumb cards that are red that you can see here. And there are the gold treasure cards that represent the 3 treasures from the story: the bag of gold, the singing harp, and the goose that lays the golden eggs. So the way this works is we shuffle the deck, we deal out the cards into 5 stacks of 10 cards each. And on Jack's turn, he gets 3 moves. Each move can be completed in one of 3 different ways. First option is to take a card from the front of a stack and move it to the front of another stack. Second option is to take a card from the back of a stack and move it to the front of the same stack. The third option is to take a card from either the front or the back of a stack and move it to the top of his active Beanstalk stack. So, for example, if this was Jack's first turn, he might take this 1 from the back and take it to his Beanstalk. Then he might take this 3 and put it on top, and then maybe take the 5 and put it on top of that. What Jack is trying to do is build a series of 6 ascending value cards. There are 9 numbers, but you only need 6 of them, so you can skip up to 3 numbers as you're building up the Beanstalk. All right. So on successive turns, you're going to build 6 cards, and once you have that, you can take a regular move from either the front or the back of the stack to take one of the treasure cards and put it on top. If you're able to do that, what that means is that you've stolen that treasure from the Giant, and then you can start again, starting low, building high. You get another 6 cards, you can take a different treasure the second time, And then if you're able to get all 3 treasures, gold, goose, and harp, you win the game.
Oh, fabulous. I don't know if I could win, but it sounds super fun. So, generally, what's the play time on something like this?
This is a 20-minute game, depending on how much AP you're prone to, because it's all known information, so it feels chess-like and puzzly. But, generally goes pretty quick.
Okay, that's awesome. And what's the player count?
This is exactly 2 players, 1 jack and 1 giant.
Oh, fantastic. I'm always looking for a good 2 players, so this is awesome. And this is, I forgot to mention, I should have said that at the beginning, this is with Renegade Games, so we're going to be doing a couple of those today. All right, amazing. So, the artwork is really nice. Did you do all of the artwork as well?
Oh, I did not do any of this artwork. This is from a fantastic artist whose name is Chris Ostrowski. He's an art student from Poland who also did Lotus, which has just been getting a ton of attention because of this amazing art. And when I first saw the art that they did for Blood of an Englishman, I was completely blown.
Oh, that's amazing. So, just if you want to take a closer look, so here's the box. You can get a look. It's really, really pretty. Love that. Some of the art that's on there. And just a quick look.
I did. Oh, no, the one you got to show is harp.
Oh, okay.
The harp is by far my favorite card. Look how beautiful that is.
Get that nice and close. A bit of glare, but I think you can catch that. Amazing. So, is this in stores now, or?
It is making its way into distribution right now. The street date, I think, is officially next week. So,
next week, just in time for Christmas.
Just in time. So, hopefully you can get it really soon.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this game.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
Lovely to meet you.
And you.
All right, so guys, check it out. Gotta check it out. It looks amazing, the artwork. I love 2-player games. And for all of you who are bugging me for a 2-player game, come on, it's right here for you. All right, see you next time. So we are at BGG Con 2016, and we are with David Wilkinson, and he is going to tell us about the game Castles of Caladale. Did I say that right?
Yes, you got it.
Got it. I have been eyeing this game for a while. It is so pretty. He's going to tell us a little bit about it because I don't know too much, and I'm sure you want to know as well. So,
thank you,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so tell us about it.
So Castles of Caladale is about the magical land of Caladale.
Okay.
They're beautiful castles all through the land. One day, this young wizard's apprentice tries to use his magic to repair the castle here. Things go horribly wrong, and all 3 castles are ripped apart, the pieces twisted together and scattered across the land. So now your goal is to build, each player will build their own castle.
Yeah.
They'll take on the role of the wizard, or the gnomes, or the fairies, and use whatever pieces they have at their disposal. So here's an example of a castle here. So you're using the stone, the tree, and this sort of Tudor manor style. The goal of the game is to make your castle as big and as complete as possible. So big is determined by number of tiles.
Right.
2 points per tile in your castle. And complete is based on looking at the outer edge. So notice the sky kind of all the way around.
Yep.
Until you get to here, there's an edge here missing.
Right.
You would get negative points unless that tile was placed.
Okay.
So there are other examples. Again, the creativity is up to you. These are the same exact tiles in this case. Any shape. These are all complete. Notice the sky all the way around.
Right.
You get a bonus for complete tiles. The way the game works is you simply draw from a center group of 9 face-up tiles.
Right.
It's drafted. You take 1 tile at a time until all tiles are gone. One key difference than with most games is you can rebuild your castle at any moment.
Oh, fantastic.
So you can actually adjust the tiles, fix them. When you're happy with it, move on. You can
So
do
you
that
are allowed the
at all times.
rotation.
Exactly.
That's really great.
That's kind of it. And there's also a speed variant that a lot of gamers really like. So you basically you split the tiles evenly, you flip them over, and you try to build your castle as fast as you can. And there's a trading, exchanging mechanic. And then when you think you're done, you take a sand timer, flip it over. And if I flipped it, I'd get a bonus point for that. I'd have to stop at that point. And then all the other players would have 1 minute to finish their castle. So it's a little bit of a stressful kind of.
It's good though, because like for myself, I am terrible at those types of games, but I do have friends who love that excitement. And you know what I mean?
It offers both kind of.
Exactly, which is amazing. You know, so that makes me happy to hear that. Now, how do you find replayability with this type of game? Like, I know there's a lot of ways to create the structures. Like, how much gameplay do you think someone can get out of it?
Oh, that's a good question. So I think it depends. You can also the game varies a bit with player count too. So 2 players, which their game is in the middle of over here, the castles are quite quite large.
Okay.
4-player, they're much tighter, and it's actually a little bit of a faster game with more players because each person's castle is a little bit smaller. So I think the replayability is, if you're a gamer that likes to construct things and build things, then I think it's there. And it's the beauty of your creation, whether you win or lose. You've got this cool looking castle. So
Which is so great.
Yeah.
I'm all about the differences. I'm a creative mind. So something like this appeals to me, that it can look different, you can move things around. Structured games for me are difficult sometimes. If you want to change them, you can.
Right.
So I can really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I almost forgot. What's the player count?
There's a solo variant, so 1 to 4.
1 to 4,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is great. I'm noticing a lot more games coming out with solo
Excellent.
variants, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Gameplay time about?
It's about 30 minutes, but then there's, remember, the speed variant, that's about 5 minutes, actually, more or less, yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. Can you maybe just point out some of the components?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So what are we looking at here?
So right now, so you're looking at a 2-player game right here. So here's one castle, and here's the other player's castle. This player here has their ground or grass strip, and this is their gate tile. That's their identity. So she's playing as the fairies. Over here, we have the gnomes. So he's playing as the gnomes. Now this is kind of a small table for the 2-player version. It's a lot of tiles to build. Here's the supply. So there are 9 face-up tiles here. And then you simply choose and place your tile. And so this is nearing the end of the game as they're trying to sort of fill in these exposed edges if they can.
Make it as complete as possible.
As complete as possible, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Right, hi everyone, it's Mandi, the board gaming pinup girl with To Die For Games. And today I'm with
Stephen Bonacore, president of Stronghold Games.
That's right.
And I'm with a knight of the Stronghold who demoed unbelievably well for me this week at BGG Con. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure. And I have one more day to go, so if you haven't come down already, come down.
Are we doing this live? Is this like
No, but I may post this one. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll see. We'll see how much work I can get done. So I know you're a busy man, but I value your opinion. So I'm really curious to know, what are your hot 3 games? I know they're all hot.
Everything's hot.
But what is the ones that you're like, yes, I need to talk about this right now?
Well, I mean, Terraforming Mars is just like crazy. It's been blowing up on Board Game Geek.
Absolutely.
We sold out, as you know, 70 plus copies we sold out in 14 minutes. It was like Gen Con. It was crazy. And Great Western Trail, we sold out 60 plus copies in 25 minutes. So it was just insane, and it was wonderful. But everything is selling. We had 2 pallets worth of games. These, I don't know if the camera can pick up, these stacks were way higher than me, not that that's anything because I'm short, but the stacks were this high across the whole table. And now we have about 5 cases maybe of games, 4 cases of games left. That's it. So it's been a very good show. Those 2 being the hottest. I'd say probably we also sold out of Fable Fruit, right? That's gone. We sold out of Fuji Flush.
Oh, so they're all gone now.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
And we sold out of only a little bit because I had overnight them from the warehouse of La Grana No Siesta, the dice game. So really, really good. Been a great show. The reception to the games was so wonderful, making me happy, but making the fans happy. So it's a really, really good thing.
Absolutely. So I finally got to play Great Western Trail. You stole my heart. I love it. So you need to try that one if you have not. Jorvik, you all know I love my stuff in Fell games. I'm getting it. So something else you need to check out.
Awesome. And now you have to be Bonacore. Wait. On camera.
Oh my gosh. Love it. It's such an experience.
Did you feel it?
I did. I felt it in my heart. So thanks so much for joining us. See you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Mandi, the board gaming pinup girl, and today we are looking at Adrenaline. And I'm here with Josh Giffen, who is going to give us a gameplay overview. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming by.
I'm a little wired, and today, so I'm in it to win.
Okay, so we're going to do the brief overview. It won't take a super long time. Basically what's happening in Adrenaline is we're playing a first-person shooter theme. So we're all going to be these super cool characters. We're going to be Sprague, this kind of space lizard alien. I'm Banshee, this kind of alien tentacle creature. We have Violet. She's this kind of Mad Maxian cyberpunk with this super cool weapon. We have Destructor, which is this big robot. He's super awesome. We have Dozer. He's inside the box. He didn't come play with us today, but that's all right.
That's okay.
So basically what's going to happen is we're all going to be running around the arena. We're going to be collecting ammo to power our weapons. We're going to use our weapons to attack each other. And then when somebody has taken enough damage to die, which you just happen to have done that. Yeah, that wasn't so great. You should have played better. We'll calculate based on who's done the most damage to you. In this case, it would be Banshee, teal, that's my color.
Okay.
Because I have 4, and Violet has 4, but I win the tiebreaker by being the leftmost. So I'm going to get 8 points. Violet's going to get 6 points because she has the second most. Destructor the robot, he's going to get 4 points because he has the third most. And then I'm going to get a bonus point because I did damage to you first. So my total would be 9.
Nice.
We're going to take the mark that I used to kill you, and it's going to go up here on the death track, and we'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But we're going to take the skull, and we're going to put it on the 8.
Okay.
What this does is it makes you a less valuable target the next time you're attacked. That way we don't just keep piling up on you and only picking on you. Now it might be more beneficial for me to like fight Donovan, or fight Jamie, or fight somebody else.
Okay.
So these will all go back. At the end of the game, after we've used up all the kill skulls, in this case we're just doing 3 because it's a learning game.
Right.
So the last one's gone. We're going to award points on the track based on who has the most. In this case, you came back and you killed 2 other people. Great job. You have the most, so you'd get 8 points.
Okay.
I have the second most, so I get 6 points. Donovan didn't kill anybody, so he gets 0 points.
Oh, man.
So, by acquiring points during the game by killing your opponents, and then at the end on this death track, you simply total them up, and whoever has the most is going to win.
Sounds good.
Pretty easy.
I like the fact that there's multiple ways to get points. It's not just one person getting the points. So that's always the type of game that I can get down with. What's the general player count on a game like this, and how long does it take?
So for us, the player count on this is 3 to 5. Because it's a PvP system, player versus player,
Right.
we want to encourage interaction. So being one-on-one really doesn't give us that satisfying of an experience. So really it's a 3 to 5 experience that we really like.
Okay. And what would you say is I know like it's tested for all player counts, what would you say is like the sweet spot?
I really like it at 4 or 5.
Okay.
But I tend to like my games with a lot more things happening in them.
Okay.
So the less things I know when it comes back to my turn, the more I enjoy it actually, especially in games like this.
Exactly.
Because we get a lot of really cool combinations of weapon use and power card use where some really cool things happen between my turn. And it's fun for me to react and try to figure out my best plan of attack. If you like it to be a little bit more strategic, you'd probably lean towards the 3-player side.
Okay.
Because you can kind of plot out and plan ahead with like, well, I think this is what you're going to do. I think that's what they're going to do.
Right.
But for me, I'd rather play with 4 or 5.
4 or 5. So definitely a thing. I'm looking at Tracy and Stefan, my co-host. I think a 3-player game for us, we definitely should try because we do tend to like that strategic kind of way to go. Age range for this. So what's the starting age?
Really 12 and up, but if you're playing with your kids or nephews or cousins or nieces or whoever, you could probably play down to like 9 or 10 years old pretty easily.
Okay.
The mechanics of playing it, I think, would be very accessible, but linking together the combinations of weapons and movement and special power cards might be a little bit more advanced, but everybody can play it and enjoy it.
Now, do you ever see this becoming like somewhat of a co-op mode being entered into this at all?
So we have a lot of stuff that we kind of left. We didn't leave it on the design table because we just wanted to keep it from you. But there's some stuff that we wanted to work out the right way to make sure it really functioned and worked well.
Okay.
Co-op's definitely one. Team play is one that we're looking at. Capture the flag is another mode that we're looking at. So a lot of the classic modes from first-person shooter video games we're exploring, but we want to make sure that it's ready and done well.
Okay. No, that was the first thing I thought when you started talking about it. Have they explored a co-op? It definitely seems like it could totally work that way. That is awesome. And so when is it available? When can people get it? Where can people get it?
So we released it at Essen in October. BGG is the first time it's been available in the States.
Okay.
You should see it in your local game stores here in the next couple weeks, probably around the first week of December.
Just after Christmas.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. So call your store, tell your friends that you want to get it so they can put their orders in for you. So it's going to be, we think it's going to be pretty good because it has a lot of buzz coming out of BGG and Essen, and hopefully you guys can pick one up so you can kill all your friends.
Definitely my type of game. So thanks so much for telling us about the game. And everyone, go grab your copy. It looks amazing. All right, thanks so much. Bye. I'm here with Vincent of Lucky Duck Games, and we are looking at Vikings Gone Wild. So, thanks so much for meeting with me.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, and can you tell us a little bit about the game?
Sure. So, Vikings Gone Wild is a mix of deck building and resource management. So, you basically have tableau building. You're building a city. Those are buildings that you'll sit in front of you permanently, building a little village with production, and you have this item coming up every round. But you have also a deck building aspect where you're buying attack card, defending card, and so you have to have the right amount of attack. The game you either win by attacking and being aggressive, or actually have a very defensive and very resource oriented. So it's really a mix. You can really pick the way you want to go, and that's Vikings Gone Wild.
So how much of the deck building? Everyone knows I'm not a huge deck building fan. How much of it? But you know what? I have actually found that I've been looking at a lot of games where I'm enjoying, the way it's played with the deck builder. So how much of that is part of the game?
So actually, I would say it's 50%.
Okay.
It's actually light on the deck building aspect, and the turn base is very different from Dominion. I would say the deck building is about the setting. We have 3 expansions coming up where those things change. So there's a strong renew of playing.
Okay.
But actually, you buy things, but you go through them very quickly. And it's mostly about management. So you need to buy the right building, the right resource, to be able to buy the right thing in the future and progress on that track of point. So it's really 50-50. And actually people who actually don't like that building told me that they actually really like that game because they could find themselves expressing themselves into the management part of it.
Which is what I like. Like, I'm really big into the resource management, worker placement. So I've been noticing a lot of games like this where they're kind of using elements of a deck builder, but still holding on to other parts of different types of games.
Exactly.
So that appeals to me. So definitely something that I'm trying. So what is the player count and how long does it take to play?
So the game plays from 2 to 4. We have an expansion called Ragnarok for solo and cooperative. Okay. It plays in between 45 to 45 minutes to 120 minutes. Sorry, 1 hour and 20 minutes for 4 players. It's I would say 12 and up. Actually, it works great for the younger crowd as well.
Okay.
We have seen like a 12 years old absolutely beat my brother at this game. That's great.
Oh, that's fantastic. So where can we find it?
So it's arriving in the US in January. It's going to be on a boat in 1 week.
Oh wow! Okay.
And so it's gonna travel through Christmas so it should be hopefully everywhere in retail in January.
In January, okay. And one last question: is it available in other languages?
It is. It's available in French, and we're working with publisher in Germany, Spanish, German, Spanish, Polish, and Italian.
Oh my goodness! So for all of my French viewers, we'll be happy to know that yes, there will be a French version. So
absolutely,
you definitely know we'll be getting that in Canada.
Actually, yeah, we already produced the French version.
Oh,
because we kickstarted with English and French.
Oh, great!
So it's already coming to Canada.
See?
So I already have distributor over there. So.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for showing us, and now I'm really interested in trying.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for stopping by.
Amazing. See you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.